In the bustling city of Seoul, Jay Park sat behind the wheel of his old silver Hyundai, his fingers drumming nervously against the steering wheel. The morning traffic crawled like a tired snake, honking and weaving through narrow streets. Jay knew he was driving with a suspended license, a fact that made his stomach churn with anxiety. His violation was simple: 3 missed parking tickets in a minor speeding incident last summer. The municipal court had suspended his driving privileges, but Jay couldn't afford to miss work. As a junior accountant at a small electronics firm, every day mattered. The court summons was tucked into his messenger bag, a crisp white envelope that seemed to burn with potential consequences. He had tried to arrange public transportation, but the complex network of buses and trains in Seoul felt overwhelming. His old car was his lifeline, his connection to stability. As he navigated through the morning traffic, Jay noticed a strange digital interference on his car's dashboard screen. Small pixelated patterns flickered, creating geometric shapes that seemed almost deliberate. He tapped the screen, assuming it was just another electrical glitch in his aging vehicle. Suddenly, a soft beeping sound emerged from his smartphone. The screen displayed an unusual message, not in Korean, not in English, but in a complex series of symbols that looked both mathematical and artistic. Joe blinked, wondering if he was experiencing some kind of stress-induced hallucination. The traffic light turned green, and Jay continued driving, his mind racing faster than his car. The strange symbols continued to pulse gently on his phone's screen, creating a rhythmic pattern that seemed almost hypnotic. Around him, Seoul moved with its typical morning energy. Street vendors prepared their food stalls, office workers rushed with takeaway coffee, and delivery scooters weaved between cars. But something felt different. The air seemed charged with an unusual electricity. Jay's hands gripped the steering wheel tighter. He was acutely aware that he was breaking the law by driving. One wrong move, one encounter with a traffic officer, and his already precarious professional life could collapse entirely. As he approached the court building, the digital interference became more pronounced. His car's radio started switching between stations randomly, creating a bizarre mix of static and distant musical notes. The smartphone continued displaying its mysterious symbols, now accompanied by a soft, almost musical humming. He parked in a small side street, careful to avoid the main parking areas where official vehicles might notice his suspended license status. Taking a deep breath, Jay gathered his documents and prepared to face whatever consequences awaited him. Little did Jay know that his simple traffic violation was about to become something far more extraordinary. The strange digital patterns were not mere technical glitches. They were a signal, a cosmic invitation that would transform his ordinary life into an extraordinary adventure. The court building loomed before him, a concrete and glass structure representing bureaucratic authority. Judd Park, with his neatly pressed shirt and slightly worn shoes, looked like any other citizen about to navigate the complex machinery of municipal justice. But today was different. Today, something unusual was waiting. As he stepped out of his car, the digital symbols on his phone began to arrange themselves into a more coherent pattern. What seemed like a random series of shapes was actually a message not from any earthly system, but from something far beyond human understanding. Judd Park, a simple accountant with a suspended driver's license, was about to become humanity's most unexpected representative in a cosmic drama that would challenge everything he understood about reality, law, and human potential. The morning sun cast long shadows across the street. A gentle breeze carried the distant sounds of the city, and somewhere, beyond the visible spectrum, something was watching, waiting, and preparing to make first contact through the most mundane of human experiences, a traffic violation. Joe Park entered the court building, his heart racing with a mixture of anxiety and an unexplained sense of anticipation. The waiting area buzzed with the typical morning crowd, stressed individuals, tired lawyers, and bored court clerks. His phone continued to pulse with those strange symbols, now seeming to respond to the ambient sounds around him. A young court clerk named Hai-Jin noticed Jay's unusual demeanor. He kept glancing at his phone, his fingers tracing the mysterious patterns that appeared and disappeared like digital whispers. She wondered if he was playing some complicated mobile game. As Jay sat down, the digital symbols began to shift more rapidly. They arranged themselves into what looked like a complex mathematical equation, then transformed into what seemed like a star map. The phone's screen grew unusually warm in his hands. Around him, people continued their mundane conversations. An elderly man argued with a security guard about his paperwork. A young mother tried to calm a restless child. But Jay felt increasingly isolated, as if something was about to break through the ordinary fabric of reality. Suddenly, the court's digital display screens flickered. For a fraction of a second, instead of court schedules and case numbers, they showed the same symbols from Jay's phone. Most people didn't notice, but Jay did. A soft humming began to fill the room. It was so subtle that most people wouldn't recognize it as anything unusual, just another background noise in a busy municipal building. But to Jay, it felt like a communication, a language just beyond human hearing. His phone vibrated. Not a typical notification, but a deep, sustained vibration that seemed to resonate with the strange humming. The symbols now formed a clear message, though in a language no human had ever seen before. Hai-Jin approached Jay. "Sir, are you okay?" she asked, noticing his intense concentration. Before Jay could respond, the room's temperature dropped several degrees. The air became charged with a strange electricity. A few people looked around, mildly confused, but not yet alarmed. The symbols on Jay's phone began to translate themselves, not into Korean, not into English, but into a universal understanding that bypassed traditional language. A message was forming. A first contact communication that had chosen this specific moment, this specific person. "Greetings, Earth representative." The message read, "Your administrative precision has been observed." Jay blinked. His suspended driver's license, a bureaucratic punishment, was somehow being interpreted as a qualification for something far beyond a simple traffic violation. The court's ambient sounds began to blur. The people around him seemed to move in slow motion. Hai-Jin's concerned expression stretched like a photograph caught between moments. More symbols appeared. They explained that humanity's complex legal and administrative systems had been monitored. Earth's ability to create intricate bureaucratic structures suggested a level of organizational intelligence that intrigued extraterrestrial observers. Jay realized he was being selected, not for his driving skills, not for his accounting expertise, but for his potential to represent humanity's remarkable capacity for systematic thinking. The digital message continued. "Prepare for transition. Your administrative skills are required for interstellar negotiations." Around him, the court waiting area began to dissolve. The mundane municipal building transformed into something else, a space that was neither physical nor digital, but something in between. Hai-Jin's image blurred. The other waiting individuals became transparent. Jay felt no fear, only a strange sense of calculated purpose. His suspended driver's license, once a source of stress, was now becoming a cosmic passport. First contact was not happening through military might, scientific breakthrough, or diplomatic channels. It was occurring through the most human of systems, bureaucracy. And Jay Park, an ordinary accountant with a traffic violation, was about to become humanity's most unexpected ambassador. The transformation began. Jay found himself suspended in a space that defied earthly understanding. Structures of light and energy surrounded him, forming geometric patterns that shifted and breathed like living mathematics. Transparent beings with crystalline forms observed him from various platforms, their bodies reflecting colors that humans had never seen before. "Earth representative," a voice resonated directly into his mind. "You have been selected." The environment felt both cold and warm, mechanical and organic. Holographic interfaces flickered around Jay, displaying complex administrative documents from hundreds of different planetary systems. Each document represented centuries of interstellar legal disputes. A central figure approached, a being composed of shifting light and data streams. Its form was neither solid nor completely transparent, existing in a state between information and physical presence. Your species demonstrates remarkable administrative complexity. The being communicated. Your ability to create intricate legal systems intrigues the Galactic Administrative Council. Jay realized he was wearing his typical court appearance outfit, a modest gray suit that now seemed hilariously ordinary among these cosmic entities. His suspended driver's license, still tucked in his wallet, felt like a bizarre ticket to this extraordinary moment. The council chamber resembled a massive data processing center. Hundreds of alien representatives from various star systems watched Jay with a mixture of curiosity and clinical assessment. Some appeared as energy patterns, others as biomechanical constructs, and a few resembled geological formations more than living beings. "We require a neutral mediator," another voice announced. "Your planet's bureaucratic structures suggest you possess unique problem-solving capabilities." A massive holographic display materialized, showing centuries of unresolved conflicts between three advanced civilizations. Complex legal arguments, territorial disputes, and technological disagreements were presented as intricate webs of interconnected information. Jay's accounting background suddenly felt like a superpower. He recognized patterns, saw connections, and understood the underlying mathematical logic of these cosmic disputes. The central being projected a series of documents directly into Jay's mind. Centuries of legal arguments, technological exchanges, and territorial negotiations rushed through his consciousness. Where another human might have been overwhelmed, Jay's systematic thinking processed the information with remarkable calm. "You will mediate the trilateral hydrogen allocation dispute," the council announced. "Your fresh perspective and procedural understanding make you ideal." Jay noticed his phone, now transformed into a multi-dimensional communication device, displaying familiar symbols. The same digital patterns that had appeared in the Seoul court were now his primary interface with this galactic administrative system. The dispute involved three advanced civilizations fighting over hydrogen mining rights in a complex star system. Previous mediations had failed because each civilization approached the problem with rigid, inflexible perspectives. They needed someone who could think differently. "I accept," Jay heard himself say, surprising even himself. The alien representatives seemed impressed. His quick acceptance, devoid of fear or hesitation, demonstrated exactly why humans might be valuable galactic partners. A holographic simulation began, showing the contested star system. Hydrogen mining platforms, advanced spacecraft, and intricate territorial markers filled the display. Jay recognized this as fundamentally similar to the complex financial spreadsheets he managed in his accounting job. "You will have 3 standard galactic cycles to resolve this," the central being informed him. Failure is not an option. Jay thought about his suspended driver's license back on Earth, how something so small and bureaucratic had led him to this moment. A simple traffic violation was now his passport to an extraordinary cosmic responsibility. The galactic chamber waited. Hundreds of alien eyes, some organic, some technological, focused on this unexpected human representative. Jay Park, junior accountant from Seoul, took a deep breath. His administrative adventure was about to begin. Jay studied the holographic displays, his accounting background transforming into an unexpected diplomatic weapon. The hydrogen mining dispute involved 3 advanced civilizations: the Crystal Collective, the Quantum Syndicate, and the Molecular Confederation. Each civilization presented complex territorial claims, technological rights, and historical precedents. Where previous mediators saw impossible conflicts, Jay saw familiar patterns, just like reconciling complicated financial spreadsheets. The Crystal Collective demanded exclusive mining rights based on a 500-year exploration document. The Quantum Syndicate countered with technological development claims. The Molecular Confederation argued historical territorial integrity. Jay noticed something most mediators missed. Each civilization's argument contained subtle administrative overlaps. Their legal documents, while appearing different, shared fundamental structural similarities. He requested additional data streams, analyzing every legal argument with mathematical precision. His fingers moved across holographic interfaces, creating cross-referenced comparison charts that illuminated hidden connections. "Your documentation suggests mutual interdependence," Jay announced, his voice calm and professional. The alien representatives looked surprised. No previous mediator had approached the dispute from this perspective. Jay was treating a cosmic conflict like a complex accounting reconciliation. He demonstrated how each civilization's hydrogen mining claims actually complemented each other. By redistributing mining zones and creating shared technological exchange protocols, they could maximize resource extraction while minimizing territorial conflicts. The Crystal Collective's representative, a being composed of intricate geometric light patterns, seemed particularly impressed. Jai had found a legal pathway that respected their historical exploration rights while creating new collaborative opportunities. The Quantum Syndicate appreciated his technological compromise approach. By establishing joint research stations and creating transparent development frameworks, their innovation potential would exponentially increase. The Molecular Confederation recognized how the proposed solution maintained their territorial integrity while opening new diplomatic channels. What seemed like an impossible conflict became a mutually beneficial agreement. Jay's bureaucratic thinking had transformed a potential interstellar war into a cooperative framework. The Galactic Administrative Council watched in silent amazement. A human, from a relatively young technological civilization, had solved a conflict that had persisted for centuries. Jay's suspended driver's license felt like a distant memory. His ability to navigate complex administrative systems had become humanity's unexpected diplomatic strength. As the final agreement was processed, the holographic displays erupted in harmonious color patterns. Waves of collaborative energy swept through the chamber, signaling successful mediation. The central administrative being approached Jai. "You have demonstrated exceptional problem-solving capabilities," it communicated. "Humanity's potential is now recognized." Jay simply nodded, processing the moment with the same calm professionalism he applied to monthly financial reports. The cosmic chamber began transforming. Holographic interfaces collapsed. Alien representatives started their departure protocols. Jay understood he had just completed something extraordinary. His mundane life as a junior accountant in Sewell had prepared him for this moment. Attention to detail, systematic thinking, and the ability to see connections where others saw complexity. These were his true superpowers. As the final administrative protocols were sealed, Jay felt a sense of quiet satisfaction. He had not only resolved an impossible conflict, but had also opened a new chapter in humanity's cosmic relationship. The beings around him began sending official documentation, recognizing Earth as a potential future administrative partner in galactic negotiations. Jai Park, the man with a suspended driver's license, had just become humanity's most unexpected diplomatic hero. The transformation was complete, and it all started with a simple traffic violation. Jay's return to Earth happened in a moment of quantum transition. 1 second, he was in the cosmic administrative chamber. The next, he was sitting in the same court waiting area, his suspended driver's license still tucked in his wallet. "Hi, Jin," the court clerk looked at him with a mixture of confusion and concern. "Are you okay?" she asked, noticing his slightly dazed expression. No one else seemed to notice anything unusual. The court continued its mundane routine. People filing papers, lawyers discussing cases, security guards checking identification. But Jay knew something fundamental had changed. His phone, now restored to its normal appearance, contained encrypted messages from the Galactic Administrative Council. Subtle digital patterns suggested his cosmic adventure was more than just a strange dream. When his name was called for the traffic violation hearing, Jay approached the judge's bench with unexpected confidence. The suspended license that had once terrified him now seemed inconsequential. The judge reviewed his documents, expecting a standard hearing. Instead, Jay presented a series of administrative recommendations that left the legal official speechless. His arguments were so precise, so meticulously structured, that they defied typical legal reasoning. "Your approach to resolving this violation is unusual," the judge remarked, reviewing the documentation. Jay simply smiled. The cosmic negotiation skills he had developed now transformed even a simple traffic hearing into an opportunity for systematic problem-solving. Unexpectedly, the judge not only dismissed the traffic violation, but also offered Jay a consulting position with the Municipal Administrative Department. His unique approach to resolving complex issues had impressed the legal system. Walking out of the court, Jay felt different. The world around him seemed more interconnected, more filled with potential. His suspended driver's license, once a source of stress, was now a reminder of his extraordinary journey. At his accounting firm, colleagues noticed a change. Jay's reports became more innovative, his problem-solving more creative. He approached financial challenges with a perspective that seemed almost alien. His boss called him into the office. "Your recent work is exceptional," she noted. "It's like you've gained some extraordinary insight." Jay simply nodded, knowing the truth was far more complex than she could imagine. That evening, reviewing his phone, he discovered a hidden communication channel. The cosmic administrative beings had established a subtle connection, recognizing Earth's potential as a future collaborative partner. Small digital symbols appeared occasionally, reminders of his interstellar adventure. They looked like random screen glitches to anyone else, but Jay understood their deeper meaning. His suspended driver's license became a personal memento, a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin with the most ordinary challenges. The city of Seoul continued its usual rhythm. Traffic moved, people worked, life proceeded, but Jay knew something fundamental had changed. Humanity was now quietly, subtly connected to a larger cosmic administrative network. No one would believe his story. No evidence existed beyond his encrypted phone messages and his transformed perspective. But Jay understood that some experiences transcend traditional explanation. As night fell, he looked out his apartment window. The city lights seemed to pulse with a different energy. Distant stars winked with what felt like a knowing signal. Ja Park, junior accountant, unexpected cosmic mediator, and holder of a once-suspended driver's license, had become something more than an ordinary human. The universe, it seemed, had chosen its most unexpected representative. And his bureaucratic adventure was just beginning. His suspended driver's license became a personal memento, a reminder that sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin with the most ordinary challenges. The city of Seoul continued its usual rhythm. Traffic moved, people worked, life proceeded, but Jay knew something fundamental had changed. Humanity was now quietly, subtly connected to a larger cosmic administrative network. No one would believe his story. No evidence existed beyond his encrypted phone messages and his transformed perspective. But Jay understood that some experiences transcend traditional explanation. As night fell, he looked out his apartment window. The city lights seemed to pulse with a different energy. Distant stars winked with what felt like a knowing signal. Ja Park, junior accountant, unexpected cosmic mediator, and holder of a once-suspended driver's license, had become something more than an ordinary human. The universe, it seemed, had chosen its most unexpected representative, and his bureaucratic adventure was just beginning.